Hey, thanks for catching the replay on this one. Today we're talking about how to not be annoying on Facebook. And really, we're going to be talking about how to not be annoying in social media altogether and how to use social media effectively. So welcome to everybody who is jumping on. Hey, Lori. Hey, Niels. Oh, we got... Hello. Okay, so let's get right to it. If you missed the beginning, you can go back to the replay later. Look at all those hearts. I haven't even said anything yet. Thank you so much. They're beautiful. Today we're talking about how to not be annoying on Facebook and how to use social media effectively. Hey, Niels. And so I don't know about you. Tell me if you're on Facebook and if you find that people are annoying in your newsfeed. We love you, Aaron. Oh, thank you, Aaron. I appreciate it. So many people need this. Yes, people are annoying. Yes. That's a double yes. That means they're really annoying. So, thank you. So, actually, we have awesome fans, not too annoying. Good. Some are, but it's just a few. Okay, well, specifically, I'm talking about in the news feed more than anything else. That's where I see most of the annoying people. Now, one quick trick about Facebook that you may or may not know, you're sweet, is that you can sort of begin to teach Facebook what you like and what you want to show. Exactly. Turn off notifications on people who are annoying if you don't want to see those things. Also engage with the content that you do want to see. Like it, click on it, comment on it, share it. And that teaches Facebook that you like that kind of information and that they should put more of that content from those people in your newsfeed. You also want to turn on your notifications from the pages or the people who you want to see info about. So if you feel like your newsfeed is annoying, that will help you. But if you are on Facebook because you are on there for business purposes and you have a message or a product or a service that you want to sell, then you want to make sure that you're not being one of those annoying people. So how do you know if you're being annoying or not? Well, it's hard to know by just the insights that Facebook gives. I used to look at numbers on reach. I mean, I still pay attention to that stuff, but I look at the stuff, I used to look at the insights and how much the reach was getting and all kinds of things. And that can give you a sense of how effective you're being with your social media content. But there's so many factors that go into it. Whether or not you're spending money on ads, whether or not you're using video. Video gets a much broader reach than just a post with just text or photos or things like that. So you can't always tell by the insights, and certainly you can ask people. But I think the key is just understanding the role of social media. So why don't you, in the comments, tell me what you think is the most annoying when you see other people in the newsfeed who annoy you. What kinds of things do they do that annoy you? Let's just find out from the group what kind of things people are doing that annoy you, so we can make sure to not do it. That'll be our tip number one, and then I'll give you my thoughts on the role of social media. So tell me what annoys you on Facebook, your Facebook newsfeed. Waiting. Selfie overuse, posting back to back. Okay, those are both good ones. So, I'm a fan of selfies, but I also don't think I overuse them. So yeah, if we're always posting about ourselves, then we're probably not really adding valuable content, right? Unless we have something useful to say. Negative life stories daily. Yeah, sharing your drama, right? So here's a tip that I learned. Not all look good in selfies. You gotta get creative with filters. People who share every post they receive. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Some of those people, you'll scroll through their timeline and all they did was share other people's stuff. And they're usually really corny jokes. I have some people that are coming to mind. Annoying maybe, thank you. So, oh man, I lost my point. Niels, what did you just say? Because I was going to comment more about that. And then I will talk about the role of social media in just a second. Like recipes, pastries, sharing their favorite desserts. Oh, I know what I was going to say. It was Amanda who commented, I think, about the drama and sharing all of their. Oh yeah, you said okay. It was Amanda's comment that I wanted to talk more about. So the people who that's really funny though. The people who are sharing life's drama, right? But we also hear all the time that our stories are really important and our stories matter and they help people connect and they help people relate. And we want to hear what's going on in people's lives, but where do you draw the line between sharing too much information and being that person who just spills the beans on all the latest drama and being the person who's genuinely sharing their story? Here's where I like to draw the line. If it's something that I've accomplished, that I've figured out, that I've overcome, then I'll share it. Because I share both the struggle and the solution, or I share the story of that journey. But if it's something that's still going on, if it's something that is not yet resolved, then I probably am not going to share it. And I won't say that with 100% accuracy, because I also think it's important to be vulnerable and be honest with people about where you're at. And I think that's okay. And I think it's okay to say, I don't have this figured out yet, but I'm working on it. That's very different from just sharing the problems and puking negativity all over people and leaving them feeling like garbage, right? And so I just sort of go by the rule of if all I have is something negative, I'm definitely not going to share it. If I'm being honest, just coming in and like this content bowl really is golden treasure to have. Yeah, totally. Attention seekers. Exactly. I mean, I think I don't know what the motivation is, and it kind of hurts my heart to see people posting all the negative stuff in life because number one, I think they're posting a lot of times about things that are they shouldn't be sharing on social media. There is a line. There is such thing as TMI. And it's really important, especially when it involves other people, to not be dragging other people through the mud on social media. So I know that probably most of you on here are not doing that. If you're on business or you're on social media for business purposes, we all stub our toes from time to time. I'm not going to post about it. I maybe would, but I maybe would. But I hear your point. So think about it in terms of what you've overcome versus what you're currently struggling with. Okay, I feel kind of sad for them. I do too. I mean, we can pray for them, right? We can invite them to the 6 a.m.-ish Central Time morning racks devotional time, right? But you know what I just remembered? I didn't introduce myself. Oh, hi, Nick and Jen. Sometimes I think that's some. Oh, no, that's Jess. Sorry. So my name is Amanda Bentow, and I am a mom. That's my main gig, and I'm also an entrepreneur. I have spent about 15 years in health and wellness, but on the business operations side of things. So I'm all about healthy living and helping people live a healthy lifestyle, but more than anything, I want them to love the life that they live. So, all right, so let's talk now about the role of social media and what it's all about. One of the things that I find super annoying, that's okay, sorry I got your name wrong. Let's do that with a thought. They might find Periscope too early. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's talk about the role of social media. I'm going to ignore some comments. I'm going to try. I'm probably not going to work. The role of social media. Because when we are in business, it's really important to understand where social media falls in the whole grand scheme of how it helps you grow your business. And one of the things that I find really annoying on social media is when people are trying to sell all the time, and they're trying to sell their stuff from the Facebook newsfeed. Now, I've been there, and I've done it, and I've been one of those annoying people. And I get it, because people jump on Facebook and they see that they have access to all these people and they know the potential that they have for their business and they're really excited about their product or their service or their message or their stuff. and they just really want to share it and get that out there. And they know what a difference it's made for them and in their lives, and they just want to share that and help to inspire other people. However, when that comes in the form of a sales pitch, I think it's okay very infrequently, but no, it's fine. You're good. I think it's fine if it comes very infrequently, but if all you're doing is posting sales pitches on your Facebook page or wherever in social media, people are very quickly turn off their notifications or unfollow you or hide or block or do whatever they can to not have to see your commercials all the time. Now, Facebook allows you to use ads so that you can attract the right kinds of people. So remember that not everyone on social media is your customer. Not everyone is the person that you need to connect with. But Facebook allows you to target really with amazingly creeper-ish detail. You can target on Facebook. That's a conversation for another day. But let's talk about the role of social media, since I've said about 10 times that we're going to do that. The role of social media is to help draw people to you, help attract the right kinds of people to you. It is not to sell. It's to add value and help people understand what you're all about, what you stand for, and how you can help them to overcome their problems and solve their stuff. So just like this scope, like hopefully you're gaining some value from this, you're learning some things, you're connecting with other people. Like my goal with this is to add value, and I have not talked to you about a single thing that I have to sell or to offer or to, and none of that. That's not the role of social media. So we can get to that point, but the whole point of social media is to add value and share valuable information, and in doing so, you will attract the right kinds of people. So then we need to know about, and not for today's scope, but we need to talk about how to make sure that we're adding valuable content no matter where you are, interact and add value. Yeah, and I think, I don't know, I think I've felt hesitant to really interact with people on social media because I don't know. That's probably something I'll work on in therapy. But but it is important to show up and participate in the conversation and join when people are talking about and add value. And in doing so, you can then attract people to you. So then from there, you want to be building an email list, and that's something else we can talk about later. But man, we're going to be on scope for a long time. I got a lot of stuff to talk about. But understand that the role of social media is about adding value and attracting the right types of people to your business. The sale can happen through a one-on-one relationship, or it can happen in your email list if you have an appropriate campaign going. Okay? Keep it coming. All right. So I think let's pause for a minute and ask questions. Do you have any questions about what that means or what that looks like? Or suggestions for future scope topics? I can wait it out. I think sometimes there's a delay on Periscope too. Things get delayed. By adding value, the conversation here in Periscope, you'll attract followers without broadcasting. That is so, so true. Okay, so I did a scope the other day on tips for starting out on Periscope and doing your first broadcast. It's now on YouTube if you missed it and want to find it. But one of the things that I forgot to mention in creating curiosity, tell me more about what you mean about that. One of the things that I forgot to mention is that on Periscope, the best way to get followers is to go and interact with other people's scopes via Facebook posts. So what I mean by interacting on other scopes, get into another scope where you can comment, and if you can't comment, go out, come back in, go out, come back in until you can get there. Actually, Kim Garst did a scope. If you're not following Kim Garst on Periscope, that would be a really good idea. She's a genius when it comes to Periscope stuff. So her tip this morning was, okay, when you start a scope, it pulls up like the title. When you very first click on a scope, it pulls up the title, it comes up the bottom of the screen, and then on the right side, there's a little like text symbol, like a little text blurb. Click on that right away. Like use 2 fingers to like click the thing. Does that make sense? Or go watch Kim's replay. And that a lot of times, you might have to do it a few times, but that a lot of times will open up the chat so that you can join the conversation in a broadcast if it says that the broadcast is too full. So that was a fun little tip I didn't know about. But by doing that, there was one day I was on a scope and I made one comment and I had 10 new followers just from that one comment, like instantly. Follow. And watch the replay. Click and click doesn't help you. Whatever. So that's how I've built most of my followers. Most of them don't come in when you broadcast. I mean, some definitely do, and when people share your broadcast, that definitely helps too. Hint, hint. But you can. Hi, Penny. But most of your followers come, and I know Neil's. I don't know how many followers you have right now, but I don't believe you're regularly scoping and click and click, and you have quite a few followers on Periscope, and I think it's just because you're engaging in the conversation. So that is helpful. Okay, so you're asking a question about creating curiosity on Facebook. So I'm not exactly sure what you're thinking of specifically, but what I would say to that, these flyaways are driving me crazy. Don't do this on a scope. Don't like groom yourself. That's awkward. So what I would say to that is creating curiosity. Okay, Niels has close to 200 and did one scope 2 weeks ago, and you've been on here for 5 weeks. Okay, yeah, so it's coming from engaging in conversations in other people's scopes. Okay, so creating curiosity on Facebook. I think that's definitely a good strategy, and so I'm just trying to think about specifically how you're doing that or how you do that. I think you can definitely talk. One of the things I like to do is share results from people who have gotten results, and that certainly helps because you're talking about the value you've added to someone's life, and you're celebrating that person, not necessarily bragging about yourself. Maybe getting people intrigued by what you're posting and start asking questions. Oh, okay, yeah. Asking questions and engaging in that conversation. And it's definitely okay to, like, if you have a product, and Neil's going to do scopes twice a week starting in 2 weeks. That's awesome. Okay, remind me to go back to that. I want to comment on that if I forget. If you have a product, I think you can talk about the benefits of that product. You can talk about how it's helped people, or how working with you has helped people, or your services, or whatever it is. But I don't think, especially if you're selling someone else's product, so network marketing companies or direct sales or any of that stuff where you're selling someone else's product, if you are just splashing the product name all over the place, that's annoying. But if you are, I think also trickery and those kinds of things, those are annoying because it throws people off and it's not being honest or genuine. And we're using filters to show before and after pictures. It's not genuine. And so talk about it in generalities. Talk about the results or how it's added value or how it's changed someone's life. But I don't think you need to name your broadcast, your product all the time. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're enjoying this. Okay, to Niels' comment. What was it? This is where my brain just does not work. Well, I can't go back to points. I need to write it down. I need to have somebody writing it down, and then give me instant little cue cards, because otherwise I have to ad-lib like this twice a week. Oh, you're gonna do scope. Okay. Follow Shalane Johnson. #duh. Okay. After that, one of the things that she talks about is doing a business card scope. Your scope is up for 24 hours. Then it goes away. And when someone comes to your page, they see that you have no recent scopes and they don't know anything about you other than the tiny little blurb that you've described on your bio. So if you have once a day, do a 1-minute scope that just says who you are. You can think of it like leaving a video business card. You can think of it like leaving a voicemail message. It's just, at least once a day, just so that there's something there that people can see you and your personality and get to know you and a little bit about you. So I really think it's brilliant because there are a lot of people who have gone to their thing and look at their little bio, and I'm not really sure if it's someone I want to follow, and if they don't have any recent broadcasts, I know nothing really about them. So if you're at least on there saying like, hey, this is me, this is what I do, this is how I help people, see you later, thanks for checking me out, then at least they can see a little bit about you, because that's what people are looking for on Periscope. They're looking for personality and heart, and they want to know how you can add value to their lives. And so that is a huge opportunity. And then it's just an opportunity missed if they come to your profile and see that you have 0 recent broadcasts, even if you've been doing them every day and just happen to miss a 24-hour period, and then it's just a missed opportunity. So your life isn't going to end if you have 0 recent broadcasts. So if that feels like scary and overwhelming and ridiculous, then don't do it yet, but work your way toward that. All right. I think I have a child yelling, so I need to go. But I will see you tomorrow, probably, for sure, in the morning, 6 a.m. Central Time, for some devotional time. So many don't have broadcasts and missing bio on their profile and never follow them. Right. You know what I see? When people don't have anything in their profile, I see somebody, I think that my story that goes on in my head, I'm pretty sure they've stolen someone else's profile picture so that they look like a normal human, but they're actually not. They're actually a creeper. That's what I think of them. So, all right, gotta go. I'll see you guys tomorrow.